Philosopher, rebel. Omar Khayyam's words question fate, embrace the present, and challenge the universe itself. Join us as we explore his timeless wisdom, one verse at a time. Subscribe now because yesterday is gone, and tomorrow, who knows?
The Philosophy of Omar Khayyam. A Journey Through Time, Truth, and Existence. Introduction. The Eternal Thinker. What does it mean to live a meaningful life? What if all the grand philosophies of existence boiled down to something as simple, yet as profound, as enjoying the present moment? Omar Khayyam, the Persian poet, mathematician, and philosopher, has intrigued minds for centuries. His verses are deceptively simple, yet they contain layers of wisdom, questioning fate, destiny, and the fleeting nature of human existence. He was not just a poet, he was a scientist, an astronomer, and a thinker who defied religious dogma and sought truth through reason, observation, and deep personal reflection. His famous Rubaiyat quatrains embody a philosophy that is both skeptical and hedonistic, challenging traditional religious thought while advocating for a life well lived in the present. In this journey through his philosophy, we will explore his views on existence, fate, free will, love, and the pursuit of wisdom. More than just words on a page, Khayyam's thoughts resonate across time, offering lessons as relevant today as they were 1,000 years ago. Chapter 1. The Fleeting Nature of Life and the Art of Living. One of the central themes of Khayyam's poetry is the transience of life. He saw time as an unstoppable force, sweeping away kings and beggars alike. No matter one's wealth, intelligence, or status, all are eventually claimed by the sands of time. The moving finger writes, and having writ, moves on, nor all thy piety nor wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line. Khayyam warns against wasting life in regret or fear of the future. Instead, he embraces carpe diem, seizing the day. He urges us to embrace joy, pleasure, and love, rather than worrying about the inevitable passing of time. This philosophy was radical for its time, challenging asceticism and excessive religious devotion that called for suffering in this world, in hopes of a better afterlife. Instead, he asks, why not make the most of the here and now? Be happy for this moment. This moment is your life. For Khayyam, the key to life was simple: live fully, enjoy deeply, and do not be shackled by the illusions of permanence. Chapter 2. Questioning Fate and Free Will. Many philosophers and theologians have debated the role of fate and free will. Are we bound by destiny, or do we carve our own path? Khayyam takes a pragmatic approach. He acknowledges the mystery of fate, but refuses to surrender to it. He does not advocate for blind faith in predestination. Instead, he challenges us to act within the limits of what we can control while accepting what we cannot. Myself, when young, did eagerly frequent doctor and saint, and heard great arguments about it and about, but evermore came out by the same door, wherein I went. In these lines, Khayyam reflects on the endless debates between scholars about fate, realizing that their answers offer little certainty. Instead of drowning in the unknown, he urges us to make peace with uncertainty and find joy despite it. His approach is neither purely deterministic nor fully existential. He walks the fine line between acceptance and action, a balance that remains deeply relevant in today's world. Chapter 3. The Illusion of Religion and the Search for Truth. Khayyam was controversial in his time because of his skepticism toward organized religion. He did not deny the possibility of a divine force, but he questioned the rigid dogmas and rules imposed by religious institutions. Heaven but the vision of fulfilled desire, and hell the shadow from a soul on fire. For him, heaven and hell were not places one goes after death, but rather states of mind in the present. He viewed religious rituals as distractions from the true experience of life, which should be rooted in wisdom, curiosity, and the pursuit of happiness rather than blind adherence to doctrine. His verses suggest that, while religious scholars debate the afterlife, life itself slips through their fingers. Instead of focusing on an unknown future, Khayyam teaches us to seek truth through knowledge, science, and direct experience. Chapter 4. Love, Wine, and the celebration of the present. Few poets speak of wine and love as frequently as Khayyam. But these are not just indulgences, they are metaphors for spiritual freedom and breaking societal constraints. In Khayyam's world, wine represents the rejection of rigid traditions and an embrace of ecstasy, freedom, and the present moment. Love, meanwhile, is one of the most powerful experiences that make life worth living. A book of verses underneath the bough, a jug of wine, a loaf of bread, and thou beside me singing in the wilderness. Oh, wilderness were paradise enow. This is not just hedonism, it is a rejection of unnecessary suffering. It is a call to savor life's beauty, to love deeply, to think freely, and to break free from the chains of fear. His love for wine, poetry, and companionship is an invitation to live authentically, embracing joy without guilt. Final thoughts. The legacy of Omar Khayyam. Omar Khayyam's philosophy is a reminder to live courageously, to think critically, and to never let fear of the unknown control our lives. His poetry has endured for centuries because it speaks to something universal: the struggle between fate and free will, the search for truth, and the need to find meaning in a fleeting existence. His legacy is not in religious texts or rigid doctrines, but in the hearts of those who dare to question, those who seek joy, and those who embrace life for what it truly is: a fleeting, beautiful, and mysterious journey. Ah, fill the cup. What boots it to repeat? How time is slipping underneath our feet. Unborn tomorrow, and dead yesterday. Why fret about them if today be sweet? So, as you go about your day, ask yourself, are you living, or are you just waiting? Subscribe for more insights on great thinkers, and let's keep the conversation going.